Well, good morning. Good morning to everyone who is part of our One Heart, One Earth Global Healing Summit. Good morning. It has been such a beautiful morning already. The birds have been singing, and I have so much good news for everybody on this summit. So, first and foremost, if you've not yet registered for the Global Healing Summit, you still can. oneheartonearth.net. All of the replays we have had, I don't even know, like probably 15 or more incredible meditations and journeys and healings and workshops and everything. I mean, just amazing. And so, with that being said, if you have not yet registered, do it, because I have had so many incredible healers and light workers come forward wanting to help with our summit that we are extending it to week 2. That's right. We have one more week until Easter Sunday. And I was raised Catholic. I don't know about how many of you guys were, but probably a lot of us. And we are coming up on the resurrection. And I think there is no better time than to hold light and healing and peace and the angelic energy than to continue this summit for one more week. So if you haven't registered, do it, because we are going to have a jam-packed schedule again this weekend, which is so awesome. And so I have this morning, we're starting off our day, kicking it off here at 10 a.m. with Stephie, and she's going to be talking about clean beauty and loving yourself, and it's going to be so amazing. Welcome, Stephie. Go for it.
Hello, good morning. Good morning to everybody. Good morning to all of you. You are all beautiful people, and you are showing up in this beautiful space that Lisa's created. I am so grateful to be here. So, I have an unquenchable thirst for learning, and I am so grateful and excited and humbled to be a part of this summit. I am a woman on this earth that is willing to be vulnerable and willing to be weird to complete my mission. And my mission is to share love and beauty across the world. My name is Stephie Lane, and I am on a mission for clean beauty inside and out. So we're all aware of the situation, of the crisis that's got us all sheltering in place in our homes. We can't control that outside situation. Every day, I'm praying for wellness, freedom, love, and light, and especially been praying for that over the last 3 weeks when I've been sheltering in place and aware of this that's going on. And I have to say, my spirit has just been amplified during this time of retreat. I feel excited, really, for this beautiful gift of time. I know that I say all the time, I don't have time for that. I need more time. I need more time. And boom, I got a whole month and a half of time at least to be in my house. So I feel grateful for that. And today I want to choose to focus on what we can do, and that is learn. We can choose to use our time in a positive way. And right now, we can just lighten up, forget about everything else, and talk about really simple, everyday things like cosmetic products. And just feel the goodness that it does to ourselves when we have a beautiful shiny lip gloss, or we emphasize our eyes with a liner. It's simple pleasures, and it's a little bit of time for ourselves, and that we can just be free. And it doesn't have to be gloom and doom, and it doesn't have to be heavy. So thank you so much for being with me today. And this time we're going to learn about what clean beauty really is. We're going to complete a very simple, positive self-talk mirror routine. And this routine helps to boost a positive self-image, and it helps to retrain your brain to love the way that you look. And some of you might be thinking, that's impossible, but it's not. And it's really fun. And especially when you first get started, it's very giggly. So have fun and be giggly. And then at the end, I'm really going to welcome your questions. I really hope that you can ask me anything, whether it's, while you're at home, a really awesome DIY hair conditioner treatment, or what you can use in your kitchen to create a face mask. Or really, another great thing to ask me is, how can you be your own advocate? Like when you go back to the salon, how can you be an advocate for yourself, and questions to ask your stylist. So please ask me some questions. I'd really, really, really love it. So a little bit about me. My name is Stephie Lane. I'm a hairstylist and makeup artist, and I specialize in clean beauty and self-care. I've been obsessed with makeup since 1985. I remember distinctly the day that my mom said I could get a real makeup kit with the real lipstick and the real eyeshadows, and it wasn't the little tiny pretend tube that didn't do anything. So I distinctly remember that. I've been obsessed ever since. And but I've actually been in the beauty industry since 2006. I've been working in the salon and on location doing hair and makeup for film, TV, and commercials. So I was really lucky to begin my learning of healthy skin at the age of 16, because I got a job in high school at a dermatology office, and those nurses schooled me in how to take care of my skin, how to be healthy, how to stay out of the sun. And it was just such a blessing. And then when I began my professional career, I was really, really blessed to start with Bare Minerals, Jane Iredale, natural skincare companies like Eminence and Andalou. And that really gave me an amazing foundation of high quality ingredient knowledge. And then later in 2013, I started Be Love. And that was my own freelance company, where I decided that what I really saw a need was a filter. I didn't see a need to start another cosmetics line. I saw a need to be a filter, to take these millions of already existing products and talk to my clientele about, give them a customized routine that they could do. And I could pick from all the brands. I didn't have to pick from just one that I was married to that, maybe didn't fit them, or, tried to kind of fit them into that line. So so since starting Be Love in 2013, I've been advocating for all clean, high quality skincare, makeup, shampoo, toothpaste, deodorant, dish soap, laundry soap, anything that was both good for the body and ethically sourced for the earth. So I'm an evaluator. I'm a filter. I listen to my client, and then help them find the product that's best going to suit their need. So that's what I've been doing. I do hair, I do makeup, and during all of it, I love people. I help people feel more beautiful and help them relax and renew. My specialty is clean beauty, which means I am using holistic, color, safer cosmetics, and I've been doing this since 2013. In 2016, I moved to Colorado, and had to start my salon business all over from scratch. Um, and I still had the production part of my business, but I couldn't take my salon clients with me. Um, and that was really, really, really tough. So now I have a salon suite near Park Meadows Mall, which is in south of Denver, Colorado. I work in the salon, and I work all over the place, on location for commercials, film, TV, print, all of that. And it really is so much fun. I am so excited and passionate, and I love the fact, and I'm so grateful that I have a job that I absolutely love. So at this time, my salon's closed, the productions are shut down or pushed to a later date, and it really has been an emotional roller coaster. Um, and during this shelter in place, it's given me time for all the things that I didn't have time before, or I didn't make time before. And it's been really fun because I'm doing things like this that I've never really done before. I've never had the opportunity to teach a workshop online, and it's so much fun. I'm so grateful to be here. I'm so glad that you are all with me, and I'm just remaining positive and flexible. And I know that everything's going to be okay. We're going to come out stronger, healthier, happier. And yeah, so let's dive in. Let's talk about clean beauty. Since you are here on this summit, you may already have a really good grasp on what this is. You may already be looking at what's in your products. And if you are, that is awesome. I am so glad about that. Um, and I invite you to share it with somebody. Share it with your mom or your sister or your friends because they may not know. And it's important for them to know, just like the food. It's really important. And if you don't want to share it with them, send them to me and I would love to share it with them. So, we all use cosmetics every day. Even if you're that simple soap and water type of person, your soap is a cosmetic and your skin really does react with it. Your skin absorbs every ingredient that makes up that soap. And have you ever thought about what is in that soap? What's in your shampoo? What's in your foundation? What's in your hair gel? So, clean beauty means the ingredients in the products do not contain known harmful ingredients. Simple. Just like the clean food choices you make when you're purposefully staying away from known preservatives and synthetic flavors, and you're choosing instead whole foods, organic plants, just the same, clean beauty cosmetic choices mean knowing the ingredients and making conscious choices to avoid known harmful chemicals and choosing safer chemicals, which you might be thinking, I don't choose any chemicals. Well, actually, even water is a chemical. So, being informed about what a chemical actually is really step one. And some people just don't know that even water is a chemical. So, why are clean ingredients important in your cosmetics? Well, just like the food you eat, the products you use on your skin absorb directly into your bloodstream within seconds, actually. Our skin is the largest organ of our body. So it's taking in all of that and it is absorbing it. It's super important to understand that. And the other reason why it's important is that we cannot depend on the FDA or the cosmetics companies to use those high quality safer ingredients. In fact, it's perfectly legal for companies to use harmful ingredients. Even known harmful ingredients, they put it into their products. So that is why it's important for us to understand and choose those cleaner ingredients. So many of these harmful ingredients that are in our products that we use every day have been linked to cancers, hormone disruption, infertility, and lots and lots of other health issues like skin cancer, depending on each person's DNA and your own chemical makeup. So basically what I'm saying there is one person can use two people can be using the product and it may only react harmfully with one person because they may already be predisposed in their DNA. So really it's important to this isn't a scare tactic, it's a knowledge tactic. When you go to the store and you're armed with knowledge, you're going to make better choices. And it really is no different than the food that you're putting into your body, the supplements that you're putting into the body, the water that you're drinking. It's very much the same. So I really want, and I hope that you go away with some knowledge armor, to help you make some better choices. And one of the things I really want to help people understand is how to spot a greenwashed product. And a greenwashed product is something that looks really healthy. It's packaged to look natural. It's packaged to look, green. But when you flip it over, it's got some harmful ingredients in there. I need a little drink of water, excuse me. Okay, so how to spot a greenwash product. Here you are. Imagine you're strolling through the health food store. You've got your greens, you've got your organic greens, you've got your fresh foods, you've got your whole foods, you're super stoked. You're feeling like I'm making all the best choices. And then you're like, oh yeah, I need a sunscreen or I need a moisturizer. So you head on over to the cosmetics aisle. You're in the health food store. So everything's healthy, right? Wrong. Not true. Okay. And lots and lots of healthy health food store cosmetic products are made to look natural, but they actually contain harmful ingredients. And this is a greenwashed product. And so I'm not going to sit here and bash any product lines. Okay. I am going to point out some good players, some ones that I think are really great choices. But what I'm going to focus on is letting you know that if you pick up a product and you only read the front of it, you're probably not getting the whole story. You really need to turn that product over and look at the actual ingredients, which really can be daunting because you may not know what this ingredient is or that ingredient is. Hold on, let me mute 1 second. Sorry, had a little throat thing. I haven't been talking very much because I've been at home. So thank you for that little respite there. So I could literally talk about ingredients all day long. And if you want to keep this conversation going, please let me know. But here are some really yucky common ingredients that you can watch out for. And please ask any questions you have because I'm here for you to help you learn about the ingredients in your products. So let's just briefly touch on some of the harmful ingredients that you can find in your products and that because they're in their products are being absorbed into your bloodstream. Number one for me is formaldehyde. If you saw a product, your favorite product says now includes formaldehyde, how many people would buy it? 0 people. 0 people would buy it if it said formaldehyde anywhere on the packaging. But because it doesn't show up in the ingredient list as formaldehyde, it's going to show up as quaternium-15 or DMDM hydantoin or imidazolindinyl urea and so many others. So it's never going to say formaldehyde in there. You really have to understand how it shows up. And formaldehyde is a known carcinogen. It can be linked to asthma, neurotoxicity, and unfortunately, developmental toxicity as well. So it's something to really look out for. Know how it shows up, know what to look for. And don't worry, I am going to give you some really great resources. They're all going to be in the links below. So to help you find this out, because if you don't know, you don't know. All right, so next bad player that I'd love all of you guys to look out for is oxybenzone. So you may have heard of this one, and it will show up as oxybenzone in your ingredient list. So it's a sunscreen agent. It's a UV light absorber, and it can be linked to allergens, sensitization, allergy, and also it could possibly be a hormone disruptor, which means as you're putting it on over the years, you're putting it on your children over the years, it's absorbing and it can really disrupt those hormones and create some issues depending on where you are in your hormone life, really, because at each age stage, at each life stage, we're going to be in different hormone productions. So the other thing about this in all chemical sunscreens is they are reef killers. So I no longer live by the ocean, but I grew up by the ocean, and the ocean is life for me. I miss it every single day. My whole salon is dedicated to ocean, an ocean theme, because it brings me life. I know a lot of you listening may live by the ocean, and if you do, please go to the ocean at some point when you can, and tell the ocean that I said hello. Swim in the ocean and think of me. Oh, I love it so much. So, chemical sunscreen oxybenzone is a reef killer. And it's very important for yourself and for the earth to stay away from those. So, next up is polyethylene glycol, which can also be known as PEGs. And these are widely used in cosmetics as thickeners, solvents, which is like a cleanser, anything foamy. They can also be softeners and moisture carriers. A lot of people know to stay away from PEGs, thankfully, and if you already are, that's wonderful. But a real reason to stay away from these is that they may be contaminated with measurable amounts of ethylene oxide and 1 in 4 dioxane. So both of those are known carcinogens, and they're found all over from shampoos, sunscreens, and creams. They make that nice, thick feeling of moisture. So the next one is parabens. Luckily, thankfully, a lot of people have stood up and said, I am not down with parabens, and cosmetics companies have taken note of that, and they've taken them out of the products. And so across the board, we're seeing no parabens, paraben free, and thank heavens for that, because parabens are really, really yucky. But what they do in a product is they help it remain stable. So on the shelf, it has a longer shelf life. And even after you get home with the product and it's opened, um, it's helping to prevent the growth of mold and bacteria. So it's a stabilizer, and it's a cheap stabilizer, and it's an easy stabilizer. But parabens are endocrine disruptors and can alter important hormone mechanisms in our bodies. So again, that the fact that these are being absorbed in our bloodstream over time and with prolonged use can really affect our hormones and how they're secreted in our brain and throughout our bodies. So definitely not a scientist, but that is what I know about that. And then the last one I want to touch on is synthetic flavors and fragrances. So I feel like this is so important to talk about because they're in almost everything, and not just in our food, but in body washes, shampoos, lipsticks, lip gloss, chapsticks. I mean, they just are across the board. They're in so many things, and they're engineered synthetic flavors and scents. And what's dangerous about them is that they really can contain 3,000 plus stock chemical ingredients that have create that flavor. And They can also be hormone disruptors and major allergens as well. They can contain gluten. For people that are highly sensitive to gluten, people can have reactions. And then you can also uh, gain a reaction, an allergen to it over prolonged use as well. So, fragrance formulas are actually protected under federal law as a classification of a trade secret. So they therefore can remain undisclosed. They don't have to say what's in that fragrance. All it says in your on your ingredient list is fragrance or flavoring. And especially with lip gloss and chapstick and lipstick, you know, you're not only absorbing that into your skin, but you're actually eating and digesting that, because over a 1 year period, you eat about 2 tubes a year from licking your lips, just talking, drinking water, drinking anything really. And that's going down into your digestive system. So I really felt like it was super important to let you guys know about synthetic flavors and fragrance. And if you want to know more, please ask questions and please let me know, because I could literally talk about ingredients all day. Um, so yeah, there's just so many ingredients that I can't touch on all of them, but I wanted to, make sure you're aware of some of the most common yucky bad guys that are sneaking around in your stuff. And when you choose to buy safer cosmetics and you're choosing those cosmetics that have safer ingredients, you know what you're doing is you're really voting with your wallet, no matter what your price point is. You're voting and you're saying, I care about what I'm putting in my body. I care about what's in my products. I want to know what's in my products. And we are so lucky to be in this day and age where we can look up any product and find out what those ingredients are. We are not blind. We are armed with knowledge. And when you vote with your dollar, you're saying to companies that they need to stop greenwashing products and understand that consumers want and are demanding clean ingredient products. We're not going to sit by and stand for that anymore. And just like we've done over the last 40 years with our food movement, and especially the last 20 years with our food movement, we need to do the same thing with our cosmetics movement. So, whether you're a man or a woman, you're using cosmetics every single day, from shampoo to, and also I include dish soap, laundry soap, lotions, all of that. So important. All right. So, how are you supposed to know what ascorbic acid is? How are you supposed to know any of those things? Here are the two greatest things. If you have a smartphone, you can find out. And if you don't, you just have a computer, then you can look this first one up online. And if you just have a computer, you can also Google almost any product and find, you have to do a little bit more searching, but you can find what's in that product. So the first resource that you can download on your phone is EWG, which stands for Environmental Working Group. They do tons and tons and tons of awesome work. Download their app, and a link will be in the comments. And you can um, look up a product that you have in your house right now. You can research other products that maybe you're thinking about buying. You can also, on that one, I love this resource because you can also say, what is ascorbic acid? You can look up an ingredient, and then you're going to find out ascorbic acid sounds really scary, but it's vitamin C. So it's good. It's a really good one. And that's the tricky thing about ingredients is if you see ascorbic acid, you're like, oh gosh, I don't know, acid, that sounds bad. Ascorbic, I don't know. And it's a non-harmful one. It's actually a really wonderful one. It can make you light sensitive though. So be careful if you are using vitamin C. Make sure you wear a good physical sunscreen when you're out, and a hat, and but anyway, sorry, I digress. Let me get back to my script here. So the second resource is called Think Dirty, Shop Clean. And this is another app you can get on your phone that is a wonderful resource for you to find out uh, what's in your products and where. And also, the other cool thing that Think Dirty does is they have a range. So they use a scale. 0 is the cleanest possible product, and 10 is the dirtiest product. And again, that link will be in the comments as well. Um, and what I say about the 0 to 10 scale is if you have a product that's in the 0 to 5 range, you're doing good. If you have products that are in the 0 to 3 range, you're doing great. You're clean, you're as clean as any consumer can be. So that's really where I try to stay, is in the 0 to 3 range, because we are dealing with chemicals, and even water is a chemical. So we have to be um, flexible, but also try to stay away from anything that's above a 5 on that scale. So if your products are an 8 to a 10, that's really where you're going to want to say, oh, I need to try and find something to replace it. And please let me know, because I'd love to help you find a replacement product. I work from all price points. So no matter what your budget is, you can find clean products. Just like food, it is more expensive to buy some of the things, but you still can eat clean on a budget. And it's no different for cosmetics. So, also I want to say, don't get down on yourself if, you uh, have all of your products and you find out that they're all 8 to 10s. Don't get down on yourself. Be kind, be gentle to yourself, and realize that it's a process. Just like anything, it's a process and a practice. And, when you know better, you do better. And that's really all there is to it. And yeah, so please ask me some questions at the end about any of that. I know I went through it fast, but I just have so much passion about it, and there's really just so much to talk about. So let's keep this conversation going. But the next thing I want to talk about is, and I want to preface with that, I am not a healer. I am not a teacher. I am a sharer, and I am a practicer. I don't know if that's a word, but this is my practice, and this is what I'm sharing with you. I might get a little emotional. As you can tell, I'm a very passionate, excitable person with a lot of energy. But this really is close to my heart and is really special. And I've shared it with my clients in my chair. And I've gotten mixed results. It's been really unbelievable. So this is my positive self-talk mirror routine. And I've shared it with many, many women in my chair and beyond. And I've even gotten the reaction of anger. When I shared it one time with this one client, she was very angry at me. She left me awful reviews and was very mad at me. And I realized that I touched something very deep inside of her. And I understand. So I'm a little bit more cautious now of who I share it with, but I feel like, you're here, you want to know about this. So I'm going to share it all with you. And first of all, it starts with asking yourself this question. Do you know anyone in this world that's perfect? I don't either. Nobody in this world's perfect. Nobody. Um, But actually, I like to flip it on its head and say, everybody in this world is perfect. Everybody in this world is perfect exactly the way that they are. And it's easy to say that about other people. It's hard to say that about ourselves. So I really feel like before you start a mirror practice, get really clear with the expectations you have of yourself and you have of the people around you. And I believe it starts with uh the it actually starts with stopping comparing yourself to others, because there's no comparing pain, there's no comparing trauma, there's no comparing beauty. It's individual for every human on this planet, for every human being. n- there's not one single person that comes through childhood unscathed. They all have pain they're dealing with. So before you start a mirror work practice, stop comparing yourself. I believe that we really have become experts in the art of comparison. Number one, thanks to being women, I think women just naturally have this sort of like idea that we need to compare ourselves. I think it's been passed down to us through many, 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 many generations, but also thanks to social media. We have the ability to scroll through and say, and it's interesting because you when we're comparing ourselves, we're not usually saying like, oh, I'm so much better than her, oh, I'm so much prettier than her. No, 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 we're saying stuff like, oh, I'm never going to be that good. Oh, her pics are so much better than mine. Oh, her feed is so popular. Or she's so perfect. That's the kinds of stuff I think that we're gotten really good at saying. And so I ask you and urge you and invite you to stop the comparison game. Okay, once you've stopped that, then it's time to pick up your mirror. And this can be daunting. This really can be hard. But this is what I do. And I've learned this through teachers such as Louise Hay, which in fact is going to be in the link, the video that I love to watch of her. She is an amazing, beautiful, wonderful teacher. She's the author of You Can Heal Your Life, which has helped probably millions of people. I don't know. I'm not expert on that, but I know she's helped me. So this is her advice. You pick up your mirror. This is my mirror. And you say to yourself, I love and accept myself exactly the way that I am. I am willing to learn new ways to love myself. I am willing to look at myself and I am willing to forgive myself. I am willing to love myself exactly the way I am. And that's it. You say that over and over and over again until you believe it. Maybe you already believe it, and I hope that that's true. I know for myself, it's been a long journey and it's been a long practice. So, maybe that's too much for you. Maybe you just can't go there yet. And it was kind of difficult for me at first as well, to really be kind to myself. Um, so, number one, if that's too hard for yourself, do not chide yourself. Be kind to yourself. Just begin again and maybe start with an even more simple phrase. Like, maybe it's too hard to say, I am beautiful, I love you, to yourself. And you just can't find anything nice to say about yourself. Start with this one. Here it is. Ready? You've got your mirror and you look yourself in the eye and you say, I am very good at breathing. I am always amazing at breathing. I love the way I breathe. Because guess what? We all breathe, right? And if you weren't breathing, you won't be alive. So start with something like that. Maybe you can you try anything really that's simple, that will start you on this road to self-acceptance. And here's another one that I thought of when I was looking at my daughters. And I was thinking of, here's a really, really simple one. I am grateful that I have fingers to use my cell phone. Thank you, fingers, for being so nimble and quick. And in the comments, I would love to know any that you come up with that are like this, that are simple, that are something that you can love about yourself, because it's super hard. I don't know why. I really don't know why it's hard, but it is. It's hard for us to love and accept ourselves. It's so much easier to love and accept other people. And when we are comparing ourselves to others, it's so important to remember that there's 10 people looking at us, comparing themselves to us, and feeling the exact same way. So you're perfect exactly the way you are right now. You are beautiful, and you can do this work. And I know that as you continue to do the work and continue to look at yourself deeply in a mirror, you will start to love yourself, and everything in your life will become easier, not right away, and maybe not for a long time, but it will. Little things will start to happen, and then it just cascades into other aspects of your life. So, in the comments below, you'll have some links that can help you dive deeper into this work. Beautiful teachers like Louise Hay, because I'm not a spiritual healer. I am just a woman that has done this work and practices this work regularly. Usually I try to practice after my yoga class, or maybe while I'm putting on my makeup. I'm already looking in the mirror, but I just have benefited so much from doing this work, and I know that if you're willing, you will benefit too. I invite you to do this. I encourage you to do this. If you need help from a real person and not a recording, please reach out to me. I'd love to talk with you. I'd love to share more with you. And I'd love to hear also about what you're doing and what you are saying into your mirror, and how maybe you've helped your daughters or your sisters or your moms or other women in your life that to do this, and not just to women, to men as well. I think this is really important. But for women, for so long, we've been taught that our looks are so important. And that, sometimes we feel like we just are never going to look the way that we want to look. And I believe truly in my heart that if you're doing this work, eventually you're really going to retrain that brain, and you are going to start to love that reflection that you see. So, I get so emotional about that. I didn't cry though, so yay. Okay, so I'm going to finish up before we get to questions. I hope that there's some questions, but I'm going to finish up with my 6 quote never out of products. I can't say my 6 favorite products because I literally have like 900 favorite products. Okay, really, I have like 35 favorite products. So these are my never out of. I am never out of these products. If I get low on these products, I immediately reorder them, or I usually buy 2 of them, because as soon as you fall in love with a cosmetic product, bam, they discontinue it. So as soon as you find a never out of product, buy 2 of them, buy 4 of them, whatever you can afford, because they will discontinue it and you will be stuck and you will never find that product again. But if that's happened to you, please let me know. I'm sure I can find a comparable product to something or to a color that you love. It's a real specialty of mine. So my number one never out of product is this tinted moisturizer. Oh my goodness, you probably can't see that. All right, well, this is the tube it comes in. I'll tell you about it. It's from Beauty Counter, and it is the tinted moisturizer. This has a physical sunscreen in it. It's going to use zinc oxide, which is the sunscreen. It has a very light coverage. This is called Beauty Counter's Dew Skin. So this one, I'm never ever out of this one. This is my top one. It's also a moisturizer. So if you're in a hurry, bam, you've got your sunscreen, your moisturizer, all in one little beautiful package. Number two, and if I'm going too fast, ask a question and I can dive deeper into what you want to know about. Number two is my Jane Iredale loose mineral powder. You can see I'm kind of running low on it, but I have another one. and So Jane Iredale was one of the first cosmetics companies I worked for. And I have been using this product for right around 15 years. It's unbelievable. I still use it every day. It's it's really really wonderful, especially when paired with some sort of a moist tinted moisturizer, BB cream, liquid foundation. This is a great product. It also has a physical sunscreen in it that is going to help protect your skin throughout the day because it's not going to be absorbed like a chemical sunscreen. And it really just it still gives a nice shine to the skin, but it's really going to mattify whatever liquid or cream foundation you put on, and it's going to give you that double dose of physical sunscreen. So I'm never ever out of my Jane Iredale loose mineral powder. It's a wonderful product. She also makes a press powder, and Beauty Counter makes a press powder. Some people love that press powder, which is great too. A little less messy. But I love the loose. And also I would recommend 100% Pure is also another company. I've personally never worked for them, but I've been friends with other makeup artists that do, and I just think their company is amazing. I think their ingredients are wonderful. So those are my two mineral powders that I would recommend. Um, Next, I don't have a product to show you, but it's the Himalayan neem toothpaste. And if you can change over to a healthy toothpaste, please do. You're eating it, you're absorbing it. It's got regular toothpaste has a lot of yucky stuff in it. I've been using the neem. I used to use the neem tooth powder. It got a little too pricey for me though, honestly. And the powder cut, I felt like it wasted because a lot of it fell off of my brush. So I switched over to the Himalayan neem paste because it's I feel like it's more effective in that I use all of the product and I'm not wasting it. So that's always important to me. So I would really recommend neem. It's wonderful for your breath. It's wonderful for your teeth. It's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful product. So my next never out of is my natural deodorant. This is Native. I have tried, I think, every single natural deodorant. I'm just gonna say I've tried every single natural deodorant. Maybe the ones that have just come out in the last 6 months I haven't tried, but I've been wearing natural deodorant for 20 years, at least 17 years, somewhere in that range of time. So over that time, I have tried so many. And I want to say um, if you're in the process of transitioning, it's super important to give yourself some transition time. If you're going from an aluminum zirconium deodorant like Secret or Dove or anything, I can't think of the other ones, but anything that has aluminum zirconium in it, that has clogged your pores. You've not been able to release sweat. You've not been able to release those toxins that are in your sweat. So you're going to stink at first. And please, I've already taken so much time. I won't take any more time. But please, 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 um, text me or get in touch with me to go over more about how to transition into a natural deodorant. Native is the one I've been using for okay, so the last 2 years I've been using Native. They have amazing scents. They're amazing company. I love them. And it really works super good. So the last two are kind of a duo, and these are my last two that I have to say I'm never out of. One is this lip polish. These are both Beauty Counter, and one's a lip polish. It's a lovely, lovely sugar scrub, organic sugar, and contains a lot of conditioning oils and has a hint of this yummy, like pepperminty flavor. And so you're going to rub it on, scrub, scrub, scrub. You can use a washcloth if you need a real exfoliation to take it off. You can lick it off if you're not sensitive to sugar. Um, and it just exfoliates and just plumps your lips naturally. And it's just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And I love it. And I'm never out of it. And I use it on every single makeup client before I start their makeup because it is an essential step to having no feathering on your lips when you're putting your makeup on. And it just is a wonderful exfoliation. So the partner that goes with it is this beautiful balm. It's just a simple balm in a tube. It's called Better Balm. And this balm just envelops your lips with a conditioning murmura butter. It has a little bit, this one particular has a little bit of a natural orange vanilla scent and flavoring, but it is all naturally derived. And it helps to smooth your lips. It's the next step after your exfoliator, and it just helps to reduce the appearance of fine lines and just moisturizes. So those are my top never out of products. If you want to know all of my favorite top 35 products, let me know. So gosh, I so appreciate you guys being with me today. I hope that you got some really good value out of this and that you learned something. Um, my name is Stephie Lane. Again, I'm the owner and stylist of Be Love Be Love Beauty. Sorry, it used to be called Be Love Cosmetics, and I switched to Be Love Beauty recently, rebranded. And my offer to you as being a part of this summit is I have complimentary video chats to answer any of your beauty questions, give you that DIY routine, customize a regimen for you, talk about skincare, talk about makeup, or just to say hello. I'm down. I'm in it. Just come say hi. I'm here to talk about whatever you want to talk about. And my other wonderful offer is if you place a beauty counter order, my link will be in the comments. You're going to receive free shipping. And you're also, if you're a brand new client of mine, you're going to receive 20% off during the whole month of April. So that's a pretty big deal because they don't offer that very often. So complimentary video, and then if you place the order with Beauty Counter, you get free shipping and 20% off. So what's next for me? My salon's closed. Let me tell you how I'm going to be spending my time. I'm really hoping that my books are just filled with online chats. That's what I'm focusing on. We got consultations on Zoom, Facebook, Snapchat, FaceTime, all of those. If there's some that I haven't touched, let me know. I'm going to add them because I want to talk with you guys. And then I'm super excited about a podcast coming up with Lisa, where we're going to talk about being an artist and businesswoman in the world with a triple bottom line. That's people, planet, profit. If you don't know what a triple bottom line is. Okay. And then the podcast is going to be about that and really how to keep your business authentic and centered in love. And I'm so excited about that, Lisa. So you can find me on my website, belovebeauty.com, spelled correctly, no misspellings, belovebeauty.com. It's going to be in the comments below. You can find me on all the social medias, but definitely Facebook, I am Stephie Lane. And on Instagram, I am at Stephie Belove. So thank you so much for this beautiful time. I've taken up so much time, but I'm hoping that there's some questions. If there are, let me know. And if there aren't, I urge you to get in touch with me privately. So I'm so, so, so thankful. I hope that you guys all have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you, Lisa, for letting me be a part of it. And to all the teachers and facilitators in this summit, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope you all have a beautiful day. And I'm so glad I'll be seeing more of you on the summit. Take time for yourself and love yourself. Bye.